Hello, I am Denise Shardlow from Denise Shardlow Designs and Ernst Stoder. I'm a fashion designer and my passion is making one-of-a-kind custom coats. This has been ages since I've done a video such as this, and as I was trying to set this up, I realized that my clicker no longer works. So hopefully the next time that I'm doing this, I will have a clicker that works. First, before I begin, I have to talk about the the elephant that's in the room. And the elephant is, you haven't seen me much this past year. I haven't been doing my Fashion Fridays. I haven't been doing my videos. This time this year, sadly, before we could get my father vaccinated for COVID, he became ill and he had passed. So I spent 2021, I was literally single-handedly dismantling my childhood home. I had a lot on my plate. Not that I wasn't working. I was, but I wasn't as full force as I need to be when you're self-employed and you work for yourself. So that being said, I'm back and I decided to start back by doing something that makes me really excited. Okay, first of all, fabric. Fabric gets me so excited. And making and creating things from that fabric, woohoo, cheap thrills. Okay, so the the pieces that I decided to start with, first I have to tell you the story behind it. There's this like fabric warehouse type store local to the Philadelphia area called Jomar. Sometimes I walk in there, I can't find a thing, and sometimes I find these amazing pieces. This was a 3 yard remnant from Mood fabric. And the one thing I learned at Jomar, if you see something you love, you have to buy it. You have to buy it then and there. That's why I have bolts and bolts of fabric lying around my house. Now, then about a month ago, I was doing a project for a client, and she was between two pieces of, I guess this is chenille, yeah. She couldn't decide between the blue or the chartreuse. She ended up using the blue. And then when I saw these two pieces side by side, I asked her if I could buy the chartreuse from her, and I had the perfect contrasting piece for this fabric. Now, the coat's not finished yet. First I have to tell you about the sizing. What I'm doing is I am working on several different coat silhouettes. Well, wait, I have to rephrase that. I have a basic silhouette that I love that fits and flatters almost everyone that I've seen wear it. But what I'm doing is I'm doing variations of this silhouette. I am playing with the collar, with the sleeves, with the cuffs, etc. And as I'm doing this, I am also creating the patterns as well as the sizing. Now this, I had my friend Meg come on over and try it on. She's a small and she's 5'3", and it fit her shoulders perfectly. So if you're generally a small, and I would say between 5'2", possibly as tall as 5'5", this coat would probably fit you. But the most important fit is always in the shoulders. This coat is not done yet. I'm going to turn it around. It's not done because the fabric that I had here that I was going to use as the lining, once I put it in, I just didn't like it. So I ripped it out. That's what I do. And then I went online and I found a satin pin tuck at Mood Fabrics, but I bought two different colors. They had a solid black as well as a solid, very similar to this, and they called it green apple, but you can never tell online, so I ordered both pieces. And if the green apple works, I'm going to color block the lining very similar to how I color block the actual coat. So my plan is each week I'm going to show you here. Let's see if I can do this gracefully. I'm going to show you a piece of fabric or a couple pieces of fabric that I'm going to be working on. And the following week, I'm going to show you possibly the finished piece or the nearly finished piece, as well as the next project that I'm going to be working on. Now, this is blue velvet, and I promised that I wasn't going to start singing the song, but it's really hard for me not to burst out in song. This is such a fabulous piece. And then I found this. This is also velvet, and it has like this sparkly design print to it. So I'm going to team these two up. Again, this is not going to be the exact same coat. I am experimenting with the silhouette, and as I think I said this before, I'm making the patterns as I go. So next week I'll have something to show you. I also have smaller pieces of fabric that I've been making bags as well as some totes out of. I just added some to my website earlier today, so you can check those out. All right, I'm back. Yay. So I'll see you next week. There's a possibility I might try to do a couple videos in between so I could show you some of the other things that I'm making. All right, ta-ta for now, loves. It's nice to be back. I hope we're all doing okay. All right? Okay. Bye-bye. And hopefully next week I'll have my clicker working so I will not have to manually shut this off.